development in our school has certainly changed since we joined the coalition, and it is my responsibility for professional development. I don't know if any of you ever joined EdChat with Twitter. The other night, the EdChat was, what about professional development in school? And somebody came back and said, well, it should be like speed dating. You have one session, you have 20 tables in the hall, and you go from table to table in 5 minutes. Okay, this is this, this is this, this is this. It was quite amusing for me because I think a lot of teachers see professional development as, let's go get in there and get it over with as quickly as possible. The very first meeting I attended was at elite school, and they spoke about an instructional leader, and I really didn't think, I don't think I'd heard that word before, and they introduced us to techniques, Teach Like a Champion, and that's really started our professional development pathway in the school. And so I'm going to start with Nhlanhla, and just for her to give a sense of how professional development has changed since we've been part of the coalition.
Okay, morning. I think really professional development has just changed drastically when we look at the years I've been here. We used to have PDs, but not on a regular basis. We just did it randomly. Okay, but now since we have been part of the coalition, we have tried to make professional development something that is structured, not something that we do randomly. So we are happy to say that every Wednesday now we have our professional development. Sometimes we also refer to those short ones as mini PDs, because our aim is not to jump any Wednesday without doing anything concerning professional development. And then again, professional development took different ways. We are developed technologically since we are teaching 21st century students, so we need to be developed when it comes to technology. And then again, in classroom practice, I think every teacher here in Inanda can say that his or her classroom practice have changed after the introduction of the Teach Like a Champion techniques. We're trying so hard that we follow these techniques, and they're really working. Objectives, do nows, everybody writes, check for understanding, no opt-out. That's what we're trying to do. And then again, classroom practice has changed because we introduce things like working in teams. So we see team dynamics, things involving teams happening in our classrooms. Even the way we deliver our lessons really have changed. We no longer delivering a lesson the way we used to. We're trying to involve as many students as possible towards pushing them the lessons. And then again, which I think is the most important thing about professional development is data analysis. Mrs. Swinburne is really a driving force behind this thing of data analysis. You have the data at your disposal. What are you doing with the data? You just take the data and put it in the shelf. So when it comes to that, and then again, data tracking, meaning that if a child needs to follow on the chart results, it could be term 1, term 2, and term 3. We're tracking the child's performance data. Then after that, you evaluate why the child did or performed at this first term, now this second term, and like that. You're evaluating them, the data. And then after that, you try to synthesize the data, putting together the data, and then you say, okay, this child has a problem in this area A, B, or C. Or sometimes the child is performing like this because she has difficulties in science. What if the child could maybe change and do some of them? I can say it's a relevant subject like business studies, subject that are not that difficult, subject that you can sit down and study. So we get to know that by playing with the data at our disposal. Really, I find the thing using.
With professional development, as Nhlanhla said, that using Teach Like a Champion has focused us. But having a peer review focused us hugely because there were rocks and we had to address those rocks. And one of the rocks in the school, as I shared with the group yesterday afternoon, was writing. But one of the good things about that I really learned, and Sue alluded to it, is delegate and share. Nhlanhla has shared professional development with me. And Devin is another person, and he's really helped with the writing for schools. So, and that's come directly out of the peer review where the team identified the fact that our writing in the school was really not so good.
Thanks to the Coalition for this focus on the core business of education, teaching and learning. And I think our strength is our 3D program. And the fact that you've decided, or we've decided as a group, to make teaching like a champion and non-negotiable. It didn't sit easy with me initially, because I just thought, am I going into a classroom, and it's such an efficiency-based model. I go to this, that, this, that, this, that. I was uncomfortable with it. And now it's just part of the way I do things. It's become part of the interactive style of most teachers in our classroom. So I'm very, very grateful for that. That's the one. The second one is the peer review. I think there's not enough talk in education amongst teachers about their craft. And I think this is what the peer review did for us. It shell-shocked some of us, Judy and myself especially. Okay? Because we people with good intentions. How could we not be doing this? But what a pleasure to hear from people in a safe, non-threatening environment. And I think whatever came our way came out of pure love. And I think for us, that was a huge plus. And if those are the only two areas we focus on, our children are going to benefit. Finally, much of Sue's language on the floor is, much of what we do in our circles, have found their ways in our classrooms. We talk about precise praise, not in the same words. We talk about reflections, we talk about constructive criticism. Thank you so much for that. You've given us some language to work on, to hang on to. Thank you.
And one of the key things that I brought back from the coalition is how to go into a classroom and observe a lesson, and really observe a lesson, and reflect with the teacher and help the teacher with strategies. And I really thank the coalition for that, because before I used to go into a classroom and I didn't really have a clue. I learned from Ross and Walisila how to actually write down everything the teacher says and what the children do and how they help me. So part of what we do at the school is when we get new teachers and young teachers and first-year teachers, is we say it's important to support them, but you have to support them in such a way that it helps them grow. So I've asked Karina just to share, because she was my guinea pig coming back from the coalition with using observations, reflecting back and helping improve a brand new teacher's practice.
I came here direct from university. It's my first job ever. And in your PGCE year, they don't really teach you how to teach. You do your subjects and you go into prac teaching, and you have to teach like the teacher you are working with, because you are taking her classes and she also needs to get through the syllabus. So basically when I arrived here, I almost fell back on how I was taught when I was in high school, because that's almost all I knew. And it was daunting when this Teach Like a Champion book appeared before me, and it was like, you need to do these things. And I actually had no clue. And it was also daunting when Linda came into my class the first time, because you don't want to disappoint people at your first job, you want to be good at your job. And she ended up coming once a week, and after every lesson she would sit with me and say, okay, we've done this, now these strategies need to be incorporated. And the next week she would come and she would check, have I incorporated those ideas, and she'll give me 3 more. And the next week I'll get 3 more. And if there's one that I did not incorporate, then she'll say, okay, let's work more on that, and we'll stick on one for a longer period of time. But it was really important, it was a massive growth curve for me, going from knowing absolutely nothing about teaching, actually. And now the change in the classroom was so massive, and it was very valuable to me to have someone that I could tell Linda, but I can't do this. I don't know how to, and I'm struggling. And it's a comfortable space, and it's not like I didn't expect her to shout at me because I'm not doing it right. There was always that safe space where she would help me and give me very good advice, and it was a massive growth curve for me, and I really I know I couldn't have started at a better place.